Hey, what's going on? It is Eric Texas back with just a simple, hopefully simple repair. This is a lot cleaner than I received it. There is the towel, my goodness. But this still needs a little bit of cleaning. But yeah, it's a cassette recorder and player. All in one. Does have batteries. It is a Sony. What is that? That is the Sony TCM-929. And I picked this up where I pick up a lot of stuff. But yeah, this actually came with the AC adapter, which is nice. Then you don't have to worry about piling in the batteries. But if you wanted to, you definitely could. And these are now just AAAs. I remember when they were D-cell batteries, so it's definitely changed. Just on the side here, it looks like we have our power input, our external earphone, and a mic that says plug-in power. So I'm not sure if it allows power to go through that microphone or you have to have separate power. However, just looking at this, yeah, it's been used very, very well, and I cleaned it up before even touching it further, as you can tell. But I got it for, I think, 95 cents, and yeah, I'm expecting some issues, so I'll go ahead and power this up real quick. Now we have it powered up, and I'm going to hit eject just so we can have that ejected. But you can also do it, since it actually has a tape counter, we don't need to eject it. So we just press play. Now I hear the motor just going, and the tape counter is not spinning. And when we eject it, press play, the spindles are not spinning. Everything else is working. It is still a little dusty. I did clean it up quite a bit, as you saw there. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have to pop open because the main motor inside is still working just fine, but it's not spinning. So I'm sure it's one of the belts, and this is an older unit, so I'm sure that's the issue. So we're going to go ahead and take the covers apart, which very easy to get at with the screws here. Everything with the arrow, and then there's two up top. I remember doing this with my old tape recorder, and I'll talk to you about that. Once I pop the covers on this, probably dust it all out, clean it all up nice and good, and see if I can get more of this stuff off of it, just to make it a nice unit for somebody. Maybe I'll keep it for myself. You can't buy cassette recorders anymore like this, I don't think. So, especially with the power cable adapter all ready to go, so you don't have to worry about batteries. But I don't know. Is this a thing for people still? I think so. Maybe they want to record to their computer some old analog tapes. But we're going to go ahead and pop this open, get it fixed, and get it to somebody that needs it. Back in a minute. Now, I forgot to mention there is a slider on this side here, which, you know, is, if it's a desktop recorder and stuff, it is prone to be able to be full of dust and grime like I pulled out. So I'm not expecting much. It may have some volume, but we're going to have to clean this pot up a good bit. But let's just see if anything comes out. Okay, so it is doing that. So if I hit play, I'm gonna have to clean the heads, see if that is making sound somewhat. I'm not magnetic, but we're gonna clean all this up, isopropyl alcohol and everything, but we gotta get inside and get the motor spinning, the spindle, and get this thing working. But it does seem to have audio and volume control, but as you can hear, yeah, it needs some work. So we'll get that fixed as well. So simple repair? Maybe. We'll find out as soon as we pop the screws. Everything that's simple may turn into a project, but we'll be back in a bit. Well, I decided to mess around with the cassette recorder and just pop the covers off, and 2 screws at the bottom, one on the upper right and 2 under the battery cover in both corners. And you just peel from the bottom, it'll let it come off, and just wiggle it out. It'll be fine. Now my hands are completely destroyed, and reason being, this belt, of course, is loose, but not only that, but super chewy. It is literally disintegrated in my hands and caused this pretty much to get everywhere. It's even gotten on my camera. So I'm going to go ahead and replace it. I got a 30 pack of belts, and we'll use the correct size. Also, a fun option I can show you on this that didn't come on some recorders, and if they did, they cost extra. Now, after the fact, you want to pull that screw out, and you actually have to take the negative is actually wedged in here so perfectly it keeps this board intact, and that's really the only one you need to take out. And then you can get to the main motor, which is actually the one that got destroyed. And then I was looking at this one, and that's the counter, and I believe that's the counter. Either way, there's a double spindle right here. Underneath, we can get a zoom for a second. There it is. And yeah, there's one. I still have a little wedged in there I got to get out. But yeah, this right down in there, you can see a little extra. And I got the black stuff under my nails and everything. But yeah, it's a double spindle there. So one goes, the lower one goes that way, and the wider one goes this way. So we're going to go ahead and get the pack opened and get back to it. Well, the belts are replaced and my hands are still dirty. Yes, that's just the belt disintegrating in my hands, and I got to clean this up a little bit more, but we do have 2 new belts on there. So we're going to go ahead and put this back together and give it a test run. Man, and I'm going to go clean my hands one more time. All right, this is a very basic upgrade to a unit. Now this one doesn't have a Vox jack on the side of it, but neither did the ones I had when I was a child. Nice desktop cassette recorder, had the same form factor, just not the jack on the side. I actually added it, and I'll show you how I did that. And a 10-year-old, it was just very logical to me to do. I had a Bearcat scanner, a base station that had a record jack on the back. I understood that the relay was clicking inside if I set it up for record, and it was doing a 100% continuity test every time a transmission came through, and broke every time they were off the air. So I was thinking very simply, well, why don't I just wire that into the motor? And just like this Sony, which good on Sony, this one here actually does have the layout, and basically all you did was take the positive off the motor and run it to a jack, and then take the other side, you have to solder it to the board and run it the jack, and then you could pop it out the side if it had space for it. If not, you run it out yourself to your own external jack or your own external connection. But that's the very basic way to do it, and it worked every time for me. I was able to record a lot of transmission hours on a frequency I was trying to verify if it was something that was actually functional or if it was something that was obsolete. You could let that tape recorder go, and it would go for every time that transmission came through or not. But that's something cool, and we're going to put this back together, give it a good old test back in a second. All right, we have it all back together again, ready to play. And we're going to use the Foster and Allen selection from the Foster and Allen collection I believe. So let's go ahead and just put this in. Let's see, holding and doing. There we go. We got her in. Let's see if she plays.
Sometimes at night I think of the lovers I know. I remember how holding them helped me not feel so alone.
Well, I did find that this does work, as you did as well, with some beautiful tester tape that I had here. So, at least this thing works, and it is good to go. That is wonderful, wonderful news for any Foster, Allen. This will probably be included in the sale. So I don't have a use for it. I showed you everything I need to show you, and this one goes off to another good home. Of course, using the actual replacement bands for units are easier than what I used to do. And like I said, when I started doing this stuff, 10 years old, I used to find whatever rubber band, and actually in some of these cases it worked out to go to the pharmacy store and get braces, brace rubber bands. They were just little circular ones you could stretch out to try and get what you needed. But it does make sense just to get the right ones nowadays. It's very easy to get online, and you can also have a tape recorder that's being able to jam out. So I appreciate you stopping by, and simple repair, but sometimes it looks a little more complicated, and some people don't take the time to just fix it and keep reusing it. Anything to get away from e-waste is something I'm very, very big fan of. So this is one of those. So it'll go off to a very good home. They'll enjoy it as well, especially with the AC adapter. It's not needing batteries, so it'll be perfect. We got the slider put back in, and it can be carried around as well. But yeah, this is a very cool unit, and just wanted to say this was fun to get back into, and you don't find many cassette recorders, and one that needed repair, and it'll be good for someone else to use. All right, we'll stop babbling. We'll say we'll see you in the next one. Appreciate y'all.